Look, no one wants to be involved in a violent confrontation, but if you find yourself in a life and death struggle, it's important to have the skills and the tools required to survive. So let's talk about armed self-defense in this episode of Big Dog Tactical. You feel me? Welcome back to Big Dog Tactical. This is a show that talks about different topics from firearms to self-defense, having a big dog warrior mind state, tactical equipment, mentoring, personal growth, and so much more. The mission of this channel is to inspire thoughts that reach past the stereotypes that plague American society. And with each episode, we're trying to ignite a passion for gaining understanding by questioning, learning, and making informed decisions. I promote gun ownership and spreading community knowledge to collectively increase and promote gun safety. However, we specifically target the minority community, although we welcome input from all walks of life. You feel me? Listen, I'm the man with the intellectual master plan. They call me DJ Hood Shaka. I'm a content creator, and I'm based in Houston, Texas. You got me? And look, man, we doing Big Dog Tactical. Now listen, in an armed self-defense situation, the most obvious tool that you're going to need to survive in a violent attack is a firearm. But ultimately, it's your level of skill with that firearm that will determine whether or not you survive. Basic shooting skills are massively important, both for safety and for proficiency, but you need to consider adding movement drills to your training regimen. That's right. You should always have a training regimen, and you need to add moving drills to that training regimen. Now, most basic firearms training courses, specifically the ones required to obtain like a CCW permit, do not address movement when firing. And that's largely because there are other basic firearms fundamentals that need to be covered, you know? But once you've mastered standing and shooting, you need to start learning the skills for moving and shooting. Now, if you grew up in an urban environment, then you know that. But if you didn't, and you grew up in the suburbs, then you may not know that, or it may not even be something that you think about. But look, in this episode, I'm going to discuss 3 reasons why it's important. You feel me? Number 1, it helps remove you from the threat. Yeah. Because ultimately, let's say you've drawn your firearm and you start firing because you thought that your life or the life of others was in imminent danger. Now, under those circumstances, you want to do everything within your power to get away from the violent situation and increase your odds of survival. I'm going to tell you that zone is roughly 25 to 30 feet, maybe a little more. You know, if someone is within the zone, we're going to call that the zone of safety. And if someone is within that zone of safety, then they can potentially reach you before you can draw your weapon and fire. So movement maintains that distance and increases the odds that you will walk away from that encounter. Number 2, it makes you a hard target. When you're standing face to face with a steel target, your goal is massively simple. You strike that steel plate with your bullets when you fire it, right? You know, from your firearm. The dynamic changes completely when your goal is to hit your target while avoiding being shot yourself. You got what I'm saying? Look, one of the great advantages of learning to shoot and move is that you are not only becoming more proficient at hitting your target, but you're simultaneously making it far more difficult for your attacker to injure you. Number 3, it allows you to reach safe cover. Tactically speaking, though, the worst place you can be is standing upright in broad view of your attacker with nothing to protect you. As I stated earlier, training for defensive shooting has 2 objectives: hitting your target while minimizing the odds that you get shot yourself. And one of the best ways to accomplish this is to get behind some type of cover that is going to conceal you or stop a bullet from hitting you. Whether it's the corner of a building, a big ass tree, or behind a vehicle, cover and concealment is your friend. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, let me give you some closing thoughts before I get off of here. Understanding these skills can make you a more versatile shooter. Walking and shooting might not be difficult for you separately, but when you're doing them at the same time or simultaneously, it can become very difficult. You got what I'm saying? You're asking your brain to concentrate on hitting your target while simultaneously performing another task. In the end, what you're accomplishing is making yourself a more versatile shooter, and this in turn makes you a better prepared individual that can deal with a threat under circumstances over which you have no control of at the time and place that you didn't choose. I hope that makes sense. Rewind it. I promise you it'll all make sense one day. Look, this has been another great episode of Big Dog Tactical. I gotta let you know that this channel is for big dogs only. If you want real dialogue and topics that affect the 2A community, then I invite you to become part of the family. So feel free to subscribe. Now listen, if you're a hater and you hate the channel, then guess what? I invite you to subscribe to the channel because I would love to hear your feedback. I'm open to constructive criticism, and guess what? I can always improve. Even if I'm a scumbag today, tomorrow I can be better. I might be a better scumbag, but I promise you I can be better. But you know what I'm saying? But look, no, seriously, you never know how you could help me improve the channel. So look, feel free to reach out. This has been Big Dog Tactical. This, you know what I'm saying? Look, no, listen. If you want big dog status, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be big dog status, then make sure you visit BigDogTactical.com, reminding you to get your weight up and stay tactical. Peace.